Nothing that really jumps out to me that John Venus is on steroids. I've met him in person and he actually looks small on camera, Durianrider being on steroids himself. Nothing that really jumps out to me that John Venus is on steroids, Durianrider being on steroids himself. Distortion, and she's wearing a little bit more makeup than normal, and this is your proof that she's totally changed because of money and fame. She's living with her fucking mom right now, and if you look at any of her videos, she doesn't look anything like that. So congratulations, Durianrider. We're only seconds into the video and you're already trying to manipulate your audience. Like, why don't I just give you a taste of your own medicine?
Sorry Richard, I know you're a bit of a noob and you're just trying to manipulate the situation, your jelly, whatever, and it's all this fake natty bullshit, but seriously, you think that Freely still lives with her mum? You got no idea, man. You got no idea how much money she earns. You got no idea at all, and you think that Freely's never done Botox or face injections or Juvederm or all sorts of other stuff. You're just a noob. All you have to do, the simple test is go like that, test here, go like that, to test there, go like that, to test for facial fillers. I don't think injecting shit into your face is healthy. There's no need for it. It's purely cosmetic. Do I think for some people they have a therapeutic usage need for certain hormones like testosterone or progesterone or estrogen? Definitely there's a place for that. Therapeutic amounts for injury, maybe someone has some genetic issues, there's a place for that. But personally, I don't feel that injecting all these stuffs into your face and then lying about it, I don't think that's ethical, I don't think it's healthy, but I understand why people do it, because we live in this crazy world where if you don't look like an 18-year-old Photoshop girl, or you don't look like a fake natty swolger, then, you know, people sort of see you as less. You basically, your aesthetic is your social currency, especially with women, and now more and more with guys as well. So Richard, you're just a noob, you're very inexperienced, and you're also very manipulative, and you're full of shit.
First of all, I think this John Venus fake natty thing started because of Durianrider. He accused him of being on steroids, despite Durianrider being on steroids himself. And as many of you may already know, Durianrider is crazy.
Soft drink is one of the best things for weight loss. It's one of the best things for weight loss. One of the best things for weight loss, to get lean, to get 2% body fat, is soft drink.
So there's nothing that really jumps out to me that John Venus is on steroids, and he does have a really impressive physique, and I've met him in person and he actually looks small on camera. So he's a really big guy, but focusing on the muscles that have the highest amount of androgen receptors that would really grow and respond to steroid use.
Vegan Gains calls me a fake natty. Interesting. He says his buddy JV is full natty, brah. Just a little bit of pea protein and maybe a little bit of creatine. Just full natural. But Durianrider is a steroid addict. Anyway, here we have Ryan Hall, famous marathoner. This is him after a year on TRT. This is what you look like. If you take TRT, just a little bit, not much, this is what you look like after about a year at least, if you're doing a bit of weights as well. Ziz. We have Ziz, who has unfortunately passed away. Ziz took a little bit more than TRT, and he also took a few other little tricks of the trade. He was pretty open at the start, but he got sledged for it, so he claimed to be natural in the end. Because if you own up, man, you get stigmatized. I mean, look at me, 66 kilos at 6 foot, and I admitted that I did a little experiment. I didn't even admit, I showed my experiment. I didn't admit to anything, I showed it, you know. Anyway, here's another one here. A guy who was on the gas at high school, got off, got de-swolled. Got back on TRT, took a little bit more, did a bit more of a cycle, and got swolized again. So he's got swolgelized. This guy's on YouTube, I forget his name, but he's pretty transparent about what he does, which is cool, which is really good. But he gets criticised for it. So if you're honest, man, people trash you. If you lie to them, they love you. Dois Tep climb, people say, oh, but you're taking steroids for to win the Tour de France. Harley, you're gonna win the Tour de France this year. It's like, fuck, I don't even race anymore. I don't even have a racing license for the last couple of years. I've been had I've been riding road bikes for 19 years. I do have a bit of fitness, do have a bit of experience. Anyway, here we have Paul Van Zweel, Tep. And look how easy look how easy he's doing it. Look how easy Paul's doing it. All right. Look at his face, and then look at my face. I'm just holding it together. I'm trying to keep my face as relaxed as possible. It hurts so much. It hurts so much. And you can see the strength. Look at Manello as well. He's a really experienced rider. He's like, racing Italy and stuff. He's a really experienced rider. We're both holding it together. And Paul is he's just like, he could have ridden away from us at the start of the climb, but he was being polite, and he just thought he'll pace us. Look at him. Look at him. You know what I mean? But durianrider's on EPO. He's been riding for 19 years, and I can't even hold my fucking mate's wheel, who's only been racing for a few years. Like, I've done more races than Paul. I don't know. We'd have to talk about that. But he's a very, very good rider. This is last year, so you can see how easy he's doing it. And we're of similar body weight. Look, he's just doing it so easy. So I'm just holding it together. I'm just holding it together. My seat's maybe a little bit low. But anyway, so they say, you're like going to win the Tour de France. I can't even fucking hold my mate's wheel up a climb that I've done over 150 times. I've been riding for 19 years. If I'm on EPO, or if anabolics help as much as people says, here's the thing, I've taken them, you haven't, you wouldn't have a clue. I've taken them with a power meter. They don't help on climbing. They will help if you're doing like recovery, doing some crazy epic shit like a stage race. If you've got an injury, they'll help. If you've got a bone fracture, they'll help. If your lifestyle is so hardcore, you got kids and work and stress and family, and you're training so much and your T levels drop, then yeah, it can take it, because you're like going to bed at 3 a.m. every morning. It'll help. But again, it's not going to treat the cause. It's going to treat the symptom. So here have a look at Paul's already gapping us. Look at my face. Cringe. And Paul's just like, he's doing it so easy. If I was on EPO, now that would be a different story. I'd be able to rival that. But Paul, he does a lot of training. He works very hard. And look at his gearing he's in. He's looking back. He's like, I've got to slow it up because Harley's getting dropped. And Manalo, who's behind us, he just won the Queensland state champs. So very good. He's definitely come up as well. His gearing's a bit hard for that day. If he had easy gearing, he would have been a lot faster at the climb. But you can see Paul just doing it easy. Paul's even dropping out of screen. He's being polite, let me take the lead. But I wanted people to see how fast Paul could ride. So I'm about to say attack, and Paul's like, what? And I'm like, attack, hit it. Because I can tell he's just waiting up for us. Look at my face. I'm on the limit. Here we go. I'm about to say attack. Watch my mouth. Yep. Nod. Look at him. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Now this is performance. Look at that. You know what I mean? That's like 800 watts, 900 watts probably. And it's still accelerating. And it started in a hard gear. On the front the whole climb, pretty much. But again, I'm on steroids. I'm skinny as fuck, weak as fuck. Can't even help my mates wheel up the climb, but I'm a steroid cheat.
Durianrider being on steroids himself. Durianrider being on steroids himself. Durianrider being on steroids himself.
So sometimes I fantasize about actually getting on steroids, doing steroids properly, long term, really doing it, getting on and getting that swole, fake natty physique that Chris Hemsworth or Vegan Gains' buddy and etc. have. The fake natty physique that is totally 100% impossible to get naturally without any sort of hormonal manipulation. Now I can speak from personal experience, because if you watch my videos back in 2014, I've done anabolic steroids and I've got reasonable experience with them. I've never taken enough to be a swolger. I've never taken enough to win a big bike race or even compete on them, but I've done enough to know that what works, what doesn't, how, when, why, how to get them, etc. What's fake, what's not, what's legit. So the temptation to be one of these fakies is pretty strong sometimes, because the reason why it's attractive to me is because my highest value in life is contribution. So part of me says, well, if I can't have fake natty or did this, that, I can do more crazy stuff and impress more people, switch people more of the veganism, and that would be good. But I feel there's enough fake natties out there. There's enough girls lying about their Botox or cosmetic surgery that look good and they appeal to the audience. And I'd never wanted to expose Freely or these other fake natties, but I only was twisted to do that because Freely was just slandering me. Other people have been slandering the internet. So like, hey, look, well, here's the truth. This is what you take. This is what you do. Here's the screenshots. Here's the receipts. Simple as that. Even yesterday, Freely set up again with the Daily Mail, saying that I punched her in the face, etc. I've got my interview with the Daily Mail coming up. That'll all be explained. Basically, I've got a solar keratosis on both my ears right here from wearing earphones in the sun. Really sensitive. One day, Freely came up and just affectionately nibbled my ear, but she did it pretty hard. If I didn't have the problem, it would be okay. But she did it, and I just went bang like that. Just it was like 10 out of 10 sharp, probably 11 out of 10 pain to my brain. I just went like that, and just accidentally hit her in the head. And I realised what I did within a quick 6 seconds. Oh my god, I'm sorry. And I hit her like probably about here. I would never ever punch someone in the face, especially Freely. You fucking damage someone's fucking teeth. You can kill someone punching someone in the face, especially if they're standing on concrete or a hard surface. They fall over, hit the back of their head, they're going to die potentially or have brain damage. I would never ever punch someone in the face. I don't think I punched someone in the face once back in sparring and stuff like that. But on a street situation, I think it was like 1993, and it was someone was sitting down, and it was like self-defense, and I gave him a crack. Other than that, no, because it's so dangerous. It's so fucking dangerous. Never ever punch someone in the face. Never ever strike someone in the face, especially if they're on hard ground. But unless you're prepared to pay for dental work or the consequence of manslaughter, never ever hit someone in the face, because it's fucking potentially lethal, and people just don't understand that. They lose their shit. Freely has sucker punched me hard in the left side of the head twice. One in Chiang Mai last year, 2015, and again August 24th this year when I was at our house on the Gold Coast. I've been here a lot with training and stuff like that. I've talked about it before. It didn't really rattle me too much, but it's fucking don't do it, man. It's not safe to ever hit someone in the head, ever. So I've got more interviews coming up with Daily Mail this week. It's going to be a crazy week. It's fucking drama again. It's not what I wanted, but I want to clear my name. I want to keep the vegan community legit. And if people want to slander me and make me some crazy person, or steroid user, or fucking pedo, or whatever these allegations people take, then I definitely have to stand up and clear my name and share the truth and show the receipts. It's going to be a crazy week.